talking about compare and contrasting genres, and we've been talking about nonfiction and fiction. Just to do a little quick recap, who can tell me by raising your hand in teams what is genre? What is genre? What is genre? Go ahead, Zariah.
I think genre is most like wait, genre is like the story.
Okay, what do you mean by that? Elaborate.
Like it's a story too.
Okay, that's a type. Anastasia, add on.
A genre is the certain type of story you're reading.
Thank you. So Zariah said fairy tales, that it's one. Mystery is another one. Drama is another one. Adventure can be another one. Action can be another one. So those are the type of genres that you learned about on Monday with Miss Trawick. Now, today we will be going over compare and contrasting characters. And today we're going to really focus on drama, the genre drama more than anything when we dive in deeper a little bit later. Okay, so our objective is I will compare and contrast within a story. Let's look at some prior knowledge. So, two people can react differently to a situation. It says, Mark said, summer vacation was awesome. I played chess with my neighbor. And I went to summer camp and I relaxed and watched movies. Where Jessica said, some vacation was boring and I was all alone, everything. And I missed my friends and my soccer team. Two people can react differently to a situation. And I want somebody to give me an example. I'm going to give you an example first, and then I'm going to call on somebody to give me an example. So another example would be TikTok. If raise your hand if you have TikTok. Okay, there's a lot of videos, right? There's a lot of funny videos. There's a lot of videos to help. I like looking at it, watching cleaning things or hacks. I like the Amazon buy ones. Raise your hand if you like the dancing TikTok videos. Yeah. And then you have people who say some poetry or they start acting things out. Raise your hand if you like the acting ones out, where they start singing the songs. Yeah. So if you watch a TikTok video and say Zariah likes the dancing TikTok videos, and then you got Shadeja who likes the acting out TikTok videos, they have a different reaction to the situation. So they're watching this TikTok video together, and it so happened to be a dancing TikTok video that everybody's doing. So Zariah loves the video, and then Shadeja goes, "It's all right," because it's really not her cup of tea, right? If they like two different types of different TikTok videos. So that's an example. Who can give me another example of two people reacting differently to a situation? Who can give me another example? Anaya, F.
I like
You like
I
what?
like chocolate chip ice cream,
Mm-hmm.
and other child like doesn't like chocolate chip ice cream.
Okay, but then that's two different opinions. So you got to think of a situation. So let me help you out. Say you and other child go to the ice cream store, right? And you really like this ice cream store. You think the lady treated you so nice and she gave you back all your change and she was so polite. And then other child went to this ice cream store another time, and the lady was rude. She didn't give back all the change that she was supposed to give back, and she messed up her order. She gave the wrong order. So those are different types of situations. You had a great experience with this ice cream shop, and other child didn't have a great experience. Anastasia, can you give me another?
Well, if we're watching a movie or anime, Anaya's never watched Naruto and most of our class has. And if we watch it and we like it, and she doesn't like it.
Yeah, she has a different reaction to it. That's awesome. Okay, so let's move on. I'm gonna call on more people. Cezaya, I see your hand, okay? Okay, so let's look at the concept. Characters have different attributes. So Joe's go home after school and takes a small break, and he gets started on his homework. If he doesn't understand a problem, he reworks the problem or asks his family for help. Joe's attribute is caring and patient. Then we have Marcus, who just doesn't care about his homework or school, and he wants to go home and relax. Besides, if he gets to a problem he doesn't know how to do it, he just gets frustrated and quits. Marcus' attributes is uncaring and impatient. So the attributes of these two characters were different because we have Marcus, who is goes home and he really doesn't start his homework right away. He waits, and then when he decides to do his homework, he doesn't understand a particular problem, and then he gets frustrated and goes, well, I'm not doing this anymore. And then you have Joe's attributes, where he goes home and he takes a small break, and then he gets started on his homework right away. And if he has trouble with a problem, he tries to rework it a different way than the first time he did it. And then if he still doesn't understand, he'll ask his family for help. So they have two different attributes. An attribute is pointing out a characteristics within a person. So like just how it says Joe is caring and patient, and then you have Marcus, who's uncaring and impatient. So let's do another example. Raise your hand if you like homework. Make sure your cameras are on and I see you fully. Raise your hand if you like homework. Raise your hand if you like to go home without any homework at all and you don't have to do no work. That's most of us, right? So here's another example. Miss Davis, I like doing homework. As you all know, I'm getting my master's degree. So I've been in school for a very long time. And not only am I getting my master's degree, I'm a mommy as well, a new mommy. So I have to do master's homework. I have to work with you guys, and I have to be a mommy. That's a lot of work, right? But I still like homework. So it gives me the attributes of being, I'm just like Joe, caring and patient. And then we have some students who raise their hand who don't like homework. I would say that majority of you don't understand, right? And that you need the extra push for Miss Trawick to push you to do that homework, right? Put your thumbs up. Right. I know. So now that we went over attributes, let's talk about the action. Okay, characters have different actions. Lisa decided that she was going to invite all of the girls in her classroom to her house. And then they were going to have fun Friday night. And she even invited the new girl because she wanted to make her feel included. So Lisa's actions is inclusive. Then you have Kelly. Kelly was going to start a 5th grade dance team, and she was going to hold tryouts at lunchtime. She decided only the girls who were her friends would be able to audition. Do we think that's nice to Kelly? Shouldn't she give everybody a try, right? So, like, say if Taziah was creating this dance team and she only picked Zariah, Shadasia, and Anastasia to be on her dance team. Do we think that's fair? No, we got to pick every girl in the classroom and give everybody a try. So, who would you be? Would you be Lisa or would you be Kelly? You could put it inside the chat. So I'm seeing some Lisa. I've seen that Alexis put Kelly is messed up. Sakaya said Lisa. Yeah, Lisa's giving everybody the benefit of the doubt, and she's helping everybody to be together, right? She invited all of these people to her house, including the new girl. So their actions were totally different. Now let's move on to characters can say different things. Maria said, "We've been waiting in this lunch line forever. The line is so long. Why can't they move faster? So I'm so tired of waiting." So Maria's words were disrespectful and impatient. And then we have Susie, who said, "It's okay, Maria. Even if the line moves slowly, we're still going to have plenty of time to eat. The cafeteria staff are serving the food as fast as they can." So we have Susie, who is respectful and patient. So I'm going to be really honest with you guys. I'm more of Maria. I can be impatient at times, especially when I'm driving, when people drive really, really slow. Or if I'm walking somewhere because I have a New Yorker's walk and they walked really, really, really fast. And when somebody's walking in front of me really, really, really slow, I get really impatient really fast and I have to walk in front of them because I'm always in a hurry. But that's just me, right? So, but the difference is instead, Maria says this out loud where everybody can hear her, where Susie just calms the situation down and tell her that it's okay. So, picking and choosing their words wisely. You have two different characters who one is reasonable and she's patient and she's saying things respectful so other people can hear her, and she has a better understanding that maybe these workers in this fast food place or this cafeteria is having something maybe cooked that's burnt, or they have a problem back in the kitchen and it's taking forever, where Maria is hungry and she really doesn't care and she wants the food and she wants to hurry up and go, right? So I'm seeing that Taziah saying she's Maria and she could be Susie at times. Okay. And then Breon said that he hates when somebody walk in front of him and they walk slow too. And then Anastasia said, "My dad and my mom are from New York, so I understand." And then Alexis said, "I'm a little bit of both." Yes, we can be a little bit of both. And that's totally fine. Now let's move in to the importance. It's important to be able to compare and contrast characters in a story because this may help you understand a character better. So when we're reading stories such as Harry Potter, and we're reading, some of us read Game of Thrones, or you have the movie, let me see, there's another movie. Zariah, what's your favorite movie?
The BFG.
The what?
The BFG.
What's that movie about?
The Big Friendly Giant by Ronald Dahl.
Oh, I never seen that one. I'm gonna have to watch it.
And that's her favorite book too. I read it to them last year.
Wow, Zariah. So I want you to think about your favorite movie and think about two characters within that movie. So I actually really, really, really love Harry Potter. It is one of my favorites. And my favorite character, obviously, is Harry Potter. And I do like Hermione as well. And to understand their personalities, if you notice in the beginning, raise your hand if you've ever seen Harry Potter before. The first one, at least. Oh, see, a lot of them. Okay. So if you look at Hermione's characteristics within the movie, she can be very smart. She is organized and she plans everything out and she makes sure that she executes the plan. Where Harry can sometimes go off on a limb and he's more of, I'm just going to do it right then and there because it's hitting me and I got to get it done right now. But he also is learning, but he learns in more of an action way where Hermione learns more through books. So they have different types of ways that they learn throughout the movie. So I want you to think about your favorite movie and I want you to pick two characters and I want you to compare them together and I want you to contrast them together. So what's similar with these characters and then what's different. And then when you have it, I want you to raise your hand and then you're going to share. Thank you, Desire. I'll try to watch it on Netflix. Once you have your two characters and you know what you want to say, you can raise your hand. Breon, go ahead, Breon.
So Coming to America is not my favorite movie,
Mm-hmm.
but it's one of my favorite movies. But the dad, Al-Akeem, he was calm and his son was hyper and like he didn't act like them. That's what I'm trying to
Okay,
say.
so he didn't act like the king, right?
No, he was the prince in Coming
Yeah,
Home
but
too.
he
Coming
didn't,
to
the
America.
king wanted the prince to act like him, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Good job, Breon. Rashad, what's your favorite movie?
Spy Kids.
Okay, and what two characters have some similarities?
Um,
We'll come back to you. Think about it. Anaya.
My favorite movie is Annie, and the two characters I pick is Annie and the babysitter.
Okay, and what about Annie and the babysitter? Give me a comparison between these two.
Annie was like trying to like go out with her friends and like have a good time, but the babysitter was trying to make her like clean the whole entire house.
Great. Okay. Now I'm going to switch it up a little bit because we learned the word attributes, right? So, Antoine, I want you to tell me your favorite movie and I want you to give me two attributes about each character.
I don't have a favorite movie.
You don't, okay, so then pick a movie that you recently watched then. Have you ever seen Game of Thrones? Harry Potter? I don't think so. I think
I
you
don't watch TV.
you don't watch TV, so what do you watch? You play
Nothing.
video games?
Yeah.
Okay, so pick up two characters out of the video game.
Okay. Okay. Let me see. Okay.
Shadeja, turn that camera back on.
You could do GTA.
No, I don't play that no more.
Brian, stop calling out. What games do you play, Antoine?
Call of Duty, Fortnite, and Madden, and
Okay,
Rocket
so
League.
think about the Madden game, right?
Okay.
What two players do you like to play with?
Uh. Uh. I like to play with like Alvin Kamara and Jacoby Myers.
Okay, so out of those two players, what is something that's different between them? Is one faster than the other one? Is one does he catches the ball? Do they have different ways that they play?
Yeah. One
Okay.
of them is a receiver, one of them is a running back.
Okay, so what would be an attribute for the first player that you named?
Uh, he
Is he super fast?
he's powerful and
Okay,
fast.
powerful. That's great. Now give me a second one for the second player.
He fast and he know how to catch.
Thank you. Good job. See? Easy. All right, so let's move on. You can clear your hands from teams. So when I call on you. Okay, so it says if you understand the character better, you may be able to explain why they act the way they do. And it is important to be able to compare and contrast characters in a story. So here's an example. It wants us to identify the attributes, actions, and words of both characters, compare and contrast both characters using evidence from the text. And it says Max had been living at the pet shop for a while. Duke was the new bird at the pet shop. Duke always looked excited about life. Max really felt sad because it had been a long time and no family had adopted him. Duke said, Max, wouldn't you like to be free? Let's break out of here. Max, lounging in his cage, responded, It will never work. You will get caught. Duke could not be dissuaded. He hatched a plan with the other pets for all of them to escape. So I want you to put in a chat some attributes of Max first. Let's do Max. So think about some attributes, and I'm going to put it on. I want you to remember what they said for Joe and Marcus. Remember, Joe is caring and patient, and Marcus is uncaring and impatient. So I want you to give me some attributes of Max within this story. Put it inside of the chat. Explain to Zaya why, how he is. Use different words. I don't want you to explain to me why he's upset. I want you to give me attributes. So just how we seen how Joe is caring, they put the word caring, patient. He's uncaring, he's impatient. Think about what type of bird is Max or animal. Alexa's write it inside of the chat. Shadeja, turn on that camera. Better, Jakari. Okay, Alexa's great. Okay, counting down. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. Let's go, Brian. Antoine. 10, 9, 8. Let's go, Rashad. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Anybody after Antoine, you will not get credit. Okay, so Anastasia said that Max is patient, and okay, you gave me his patient. Zariah said that he is always excited about life. Max is a non-believer. Okay, Jakari. Where's Alexis? So Alexis said that Max is not really daring, which is true, and he is sad. Okay, and then some of us listed Duke in there. I'm going to give you an attribute for Duke. And Duke was this new bird, and he always looked excited about Max. So let's remember that Max is more adventurous and daring. Duke is more adventurous and daring, where Max is really sad. He's not that daring and he's not that adventurous because he's probably been there longer than Duke, where Duke has some optimistic ways about him, where Max doesn't. So I think you guys did a great job. We are actually going to move on because we have our short time today within our half day. And I want you guys to go on Canvas. You will be looking for a story. Actually, I'm going to give you the page number. You will be looking for a story called King Alfred. King Alfred. Once you're there, tell me you're there inside of the chat so I know you're there.
Miss Davis, what page is it for the people that are in class?
It is on page 94.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm going to give you another minute. Brian, clear your hand from the teams. Okay, so let's get started. So we're going to read this drama story, and it's actually similar to what we did when we read about Ayanna the Brave and Ruby Bridges. So we have characters in here. So King Alfred is retold by Richard Madsen and the cast of characters. Okay, so let's talk about this for a second. I want you to really, really, really pay attention to both characters. Okay, so as we read, I want you to pay attention to both characters. Raise your hand if you want to be Alfred. Whoever raised their hand. Shanasia, you can be Alfred. And then Jakari, you can be Cutter. Okay? Okay, so Alfred is an English king and Cutter is an old peasant man. Switha is an old peasant woman, and the setting is a humble cottage on a freezing night. I'm going to have Taziah be the narrator, and for Swifta, I'm going to have, let's see who raised their hand. I'm going to have Anaya Francis. Okay, let's get started. Narrator.
Wait, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Oh, okay. Wait.
Mine's Taziah.
Okay, it is January 871, and um, it is January 871. Danish warriors have invaded England. Alfred, an English king, has been separated from his army, but seeks to rejoin them.
Hello, may we travel fine, safe on this cold night.
How do I know you're not some Dane in disguise?
I promise. Where's my friends? I'm not. No.
Oh, very well then. But you must sleep in the barn, not in the cottage. I suppose you must be hungry now.
Let's go.
Oh yes, I thank you uh,
For a crust of even the
crust of even the
for
Well,
set bread.
that is a luxury. We only have low autumn cakes here.
cakes. I have any wish to taste a a uh, over cakes and
Brought a guest to share our supper.
by this the fire.
I need you to read a little louder so we can hear you more clearly, okay?
Go Jakari.
Jabari.
My wife, I've brought a guest to share our supper.
What? Who is this man? Why should I feed a beggar?
We are not so poor. We must refuse food to the hungry.
You soft-hearted fool, you will bring us to ruin, as our cowardly king.
We must care for each other's whisper. Otherwise, what are we? Cudgeg gives Alfred an oaten cake, then leads him to the barn. The barn is small and cold, but it will keep you safe. For a travel in my
You got it. Sound it out. You have to sound it out. Janasia.
condition. Condition your your her is
Mm-hmm.
a your
Palace.
palette in a place. I thank you. Sir, your speech is that of nobleman. Are you an earl in disguise? Good, good sir. I am Alfred.
Alfred.
Alfred. That
File King.
Finally, I am hiding. I am in hiding from the invading,
Invading.
invading
Danes. You gotta
and
sound it out,
but
Janasia.
soon I shall rejoin my army and set our country. Mutes. My king, sir, let us return to the cottage.
All right, great job, guys. So, what I want you to do now is skim through this play, and I want you to look for words that you did not understand while reading them. So, I want you to put the words inside of the chat so we can review them, and you're going to reread it over after so you can have a better understanding. I'm going to give you some time. Look for words that you have no understanding or what you don't know what it means and put it inside of the chat. I'm going to give you guys another minute. I want to see other words besides nobleman. Jakari, turn back on your camera. Shadeja, I can't see your face. Rashad, I can't see your face. So, a nobleman is a man who belongs to the noble class. Okay? So it's like a social class, it's like the ranking, and it's below like the royalty class. That's what a nobleman is. Do we have any other words? So does everybody know? Separated means that they're not together. It's something that is not together. Is there any words before you read it? So a Dane is a person that's from Denmark, and they have like a Danish background. They speak Danish. Disguise meaning you're hiding yourself. A cottage is a home. Okay, so let's move on. I want you to reread it over, and as you reread it over, I want you to think about these questions that I'm going to ask you. I want to know, what does King Alfred want? I want to know, how does the play end? I'm going to give you 2 minutes to read it, especially being that we went over the words that everybody didn't know the meaning of, so you can have a better understanding of the play. You may begin. I'm going to write the 2 questions inside of the chat as well. Giving you another minute. Jakari, I didn't ask you to write it inside of the chat. Okay. Who can tell me, by raising your hand, what does the King Alfred want? What does he want? Go ahead, Jakari. Unmute yourself. We can't hear you.
He Alfred wants some food, help, and somewhere for him to live until he get his soldiers back to take his kingdom back.
Great job. I want to know, how does the play end? Mute yourself.
You want me to tell you?
No, I want you to mute yourself. I'm going to call on somebody else, but thank you. How does the play end? Go ahead, Breon.
The play in the play in when they was about what they was talking about, what he gonna do when he leave the place, when he leave his house, and why he there.
Okay, but I need details.
So at the end, he was saying, I am hiding from the invader Danes, but soon I shall rejoin my army and set our country free.
Okay, but does he know that he's the king at first?
No,
So when does he tell him that he's the king?
I like the end.
There you go. That's what I wanted to hear. That's just what I wanted to hear. All right, so let's move on. And then after this, what you're going to do is you're going to have a homework assignment to finish questions 1, 2, and 3 because we read it twice. And this will give Ms. Trawick and I a better understanding who really was following along with this lesson. So my last question to you is, I want you to think about what words around the Alton cakes tell you what they are and what they are not. So I want you to go up on top from the play, and I want you to look at, let's see, look at one, two, the 8th line. And I want you to use your context clues to figure out what type of bread or luxury cake or something. What is it? Using your context clues, because we don't say that type of cake, now, but back then it was very popular. Once you have an answer, you can raise your hand. I see Rashad looking. I see Shadeja looking. I see Anaya and Anastasia. Antoine is now looking. Now Zariah is looking. Go ahead, Sakaya.
You can hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, it was the coarse bread.
Yeah. So what do you think? What is that? What does that mean? Is it fresh bread? Is it royalty bread? Or is it old bread? What kind of
Like
quality of bread is it?
the fresh type of bread that
Yeah.
they had in somewhere.
Yeah. You're exactly right. So most royalty, the royal class would eat this type of bread. Okay, so moving on. For the rest of the class until it's time to switch, you are going to do questions 1. You're going to start questions 1, 2, and 3. And what you're going to do is you're going to complete a Venn diagram below using it to identify the similarities and differences in traits, actions, and interactions of the two characters in the play. So it's telling you to list some traits of them. Just traits are the same thing as the attributes that we were talking about inside of the PowerPoint. And then you're going to list the actions, what actions they did, and what interactions they had. Then you're going to put both in the middle, and you're going to do the same thing for the second character. You may begin. As you're doing this, I want you to really think about and revisit all the questions that were being asked to you to determine what each character's traits are, what actions took place, how did they interact. Think about the words that we went over, like disguise, noblemen. Think about the type of person Alfred was. Think about the type of person that Cutter was. Think about what he did. Miss Trawick, we probably could start recording since they're doing independent work now.